Every year, I think he got a brand new white Corvette, and he got in it, and he had his cool sunglasses on, and he said, I don't do a Johnny Carson, but excuse me, how do I? And I say, you go down there and you take a right. And he said, thank you. And he took off.
That was pretty good.
Hey, not bad. He took off. He took off, and he took a right-hand turn. And just as he took the right-hand turn, I remembered it's a left.
Ooh. Oh, no.
And I'm dying, and I'm watching, and what here he's going is to a cul-de-sac that takes you pretty much to like Olympic Boulevard, but you can't access it because it's a lot.
Oh, you suck.
And I waited, and then after about a minute and a half, the car came back the other way. And so I know that Johnny Carson was thinking, fucking asshole. You're not going to remember this, but I'm going to thank you up front because you did me a
when
huge...
you were selling those flowers outside the opera.
I was selling flowers. I was blind. You bought one and then paid for my operation. Oh, wait, that's a Charlie Chaplin movie. No, you did a great thing for me, and you won't remember this, in addition to other many great things that you've done for me. But when I was a writer on The Simpsons, and out of nowhere, they announced that this complete unknown, was going to be taking over for David Letterman. His name is Conan O'Brien. No one knew how to react. This is insane. And somehow they were just looking for any quote, and they got to you somehow. And they said, well, Simpsons, James L. Brooks, what do you think of this? And you said, the moment I met Conan O'Brien, I knew that he would one day replace David Letterman as the host of Late Night. Now, that's a really funny joke. But thank God the media had no sense of irony. So
I read a lot of things that I hope are jokes. Yeah.
I read so many articles that were like, of course, James L. Brooks came to his defense and said, from the moment I met him, he was the only one. And I think I survived off that quote for a couple of months.
I think what I actually said was, he can't. We have him under contract.
Someone did, actually. No, it wasn't you.
No, there was actually, I remember somebody coming to me, because you were under contract.
I was under contract at The Simpsons when this insane thing happened, and out of the blue, I mean, I got the word that, yeah, kid, you're it. When I was at a rewrite session in the basement of the record room at Warner Brothers, a phone call came through. Someone said, it's for you, Conan. I took the phone, and it was my agent, Gavin Pallone, and he said, you got 12:30. And I said, in a deflated tone, because I knew what I was in for, I said, I knew it. And because I was scared. And then
wow,
the drama unfolded, which was, I was under contract at The Simpsons for another couple of years. And I remembered someone at Fox said, now hold on a second. He's got to buy his way out of his contract. I was driving a Ford Taurus at the time, which I still own proudly.
Oh man.
Yeah. And they said, you got to buy your way out. And it wasn't you. It wasn't Richard Sakai. It was some guy at Fox was like, hey, wait a minute. But did they come to you ever and say, what do you think of this?
No, I remember hearing that somebody told me, because, you were quickly a star of the staff. But it was insane how quickly that happened. And then somebody said, he's wanted exactly this since he was 14.
Yeah. I remember I left SNL and I'm in New York, and I get a call from Mike Reiss and Al Jean, and they say, we hear you're available. Would you want to join us at The Simpsons? And this is 1991, I think. They said, Jim Brooks is coming in. And I started pitching you ideas, and you were laughing. You have that amazing, iconic laugh. And I was overjoyed. And then you said yes to two of them. And then Al Jean said, tell him about the monorail.
Oh, wow. I pitched it then. Wow.
And I said, this is my first time in the room.
By the way, that's one of the classic Simpson shows.
Well, I had just had two ideas accepted. And there's a big part of my, I don't know, Irish Catholic, don't push it. Just, you got to. This is going to anger him because it's weird. And I pitched you monorail, and you laughed really hard. And that was one of my great days in show business to this day, was pitching to you and having you be happy and hearing that famous laugh, a laugh that unbeknownst to me, I had heard on television growing up, that famous laugh of you that you can, do you hear it yourself when you watch Mary Tyler Moore's show or Taxi?
Yeah,
do you hear it yourself?
I do. I do. There's a sort of an echo quality that's attached to it recently, but no, yeah, I do. I mean, and terrible. I've had people turn around during watching a comedy movie, and my laugh bothered them so much they turned around and gave me dirty looks for laughing at a comedy. Too, in tribute to.
But it's interesting because my experience with you on The Simpsons was you would always remind us, make sure you're writing for Lisa, make sure you're writing for Marge, because left to my own devices, I would only write about Mr. Burns. I mean, I only wanted, because he had unlimited wealth and was in evil, that's a fantasy for me that I can, you can have a character who has a hyperbaric chamber, golden robots, you can release hounds, anything can happen. And if I was just left alone in a room, every single episode I wrote would have been Mr. Burns goes to college, Mr. Burns, Mr. Burns gets his period, which is one I wrote, projected because they said science doesn't back this. But anyway, that was your voice was often heard in the room saying, we need to make sure that this family exists and that all of these characters are utilized and that they're real. Even if amazing, weird, strange things are happening in a cartoon, it has to have this inner integrity, which I still think is bullshit. I just wanted to get you here to tell you that.
I mean, it's always funny. It's always the object, but I think I think I think that was always true about the show. I think it is true about the show.
It's unbelievable that it's still going. I mean, to me, it's been, I left that show in 1993 and said, well, I'm out of here and this thing's got another year to go.
It's going to fold without me.
Yeah, there's no way this continues without me, which I say whenever I leave a room. I say that at parties. I say that when I leave a restaurant. This Denny's will surely perish without my... So I'm shocked when I see them still functioning. But and then I've had the experience of going back 30 years later and they're some of the same people are there. It's absolutely incredible. They're chained to the wall. They're skeletons. I mean, it's incredible. But it's one of the great success stories in TV history.
It's amazing to me. It's amazing to everybody on the, it's just, it is. It's And we went on when the Fox network was on life support.
Yes.
And then we got the cover of a magazine, sort of like Antenna News or something like that. It was you never heard of the magazine, but we were on the cover, and I put it on my office wall, and then all of a sudden that wall was covered with covers.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
It was a phenomenon. And it was the biggest thing. Michael Jackson. I mean, talk about Johnny Carson doing Mary Tyler Moore as a guest star. You think, well, you can't top that. But Michael Jackson in, I think, 1988 or 89, appearing as a guest star.
And you had Carson too, right? Didn't
Carson was there. I was there the day Carson came in to do his voice because he's, I think he's helping out Krusty at one point. And it was just after Johnny had retired and wasn't doing anything. And then he said he'd do The Simpsons. And I burned into my brain that day because he came in, coolest looking guy ever. He had a file of fax and 2 packs of cigarettes unopened. And he sat down, he did his voices, he did his records. And then we, of course, had a million things we wanted him to sign. And so he sat there signing and started talking to us and we were asking questions. I think he liked being around a room of writers and he missed it. And he chatted with us. And then I went out, I had to do something. And when I came back, he was just walking to his white Corvette. Every year, I think he got a brand new white Corvette. And he got in it and he had his cool sunglasses on. And he said, I don't do a Johnny Carson, but excuse me, how do I? And I said, you go down there and you take a right. And he said, thank you. And he took off.
That was pretty good.
Hey, not bad. He took off. He took off and he took a right-hand turn. And just as he took the right-hand turn, I remembered it's a left.
Ooh.
Oh, no.
And I'm dying and I'm watching. And what here he's going is to a cul-de-sac that takes you pretty much to like Olympic Boulevard, but you can't access it because it's a lot.
Oh, you suck.
And I waited. And then after about a minute and a half, the car came back the other way. And so I know that Johnny Carson was thinking, fucking asshole. Fucking creep.
You should have said, I said left, moron.
I said left.